do we want? Equal pay! When do we want it? Now! Yay!
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 shocking events in British TV.
Given the seriousness of this event, ITV has also decided to suspend both filming and broadcasting of the Jeremy Kyle show with immediate effect in order to give it time to conduct a review of this episode of the show.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at events that generally happened behind the scenes and affected broadcasters. Let us know in the comments what the most shocking thing you've ever seen on TV was. Number 10. Derek Acorah outed as a fraud, most haunted. One of the most controversial psychics to appear on British TV, the late Derek Acorah made his name on UK's premier ghost-busting show, Most Haunted.
What's happened is that Derek sometimes gets possessed. This can happen quite a lot. This has been happening quite frequently.
But it wasn't long until viewers and producers began to question his legitimacy thanks to his theatrical possessions.
It's all right, I've got them.
Eventually in 2005, Acorah was fed some fake names by producers. Those names were Creed Kafer and Rick Edels, and they were anagrams of Derek Faker and Derek Lies.
Creed!
They weren't particularly convincing names, but he still repeated them on the show, and it led to him being let go from the production. He always denied that he was a faker, however. Number 9. BBC Pay Scandal.
What do we want? Equal pay! When do we want it? Now! Yay!
In 2018, the BBC was slammed for its long-running gender pay gap. This came to light after the BBC was made by the government to publish a list of its highest-earning employees, as the BBC is funded with public money.
Several major UK employers have been revealed to pay women on average at least 15% less than men per hour.
It was revealed that the top-paid male star was Chris Evans, earning £2.2 million, while the top-paid female star, Claudia Winkleman, was earning £500,000, over 75% less.
And what's happened here is that you have an exercise that was designed to look at the gender pay gap, and it's actually revealed pay discrimination as well as pay gap.
There were even resignations over the massive pay discrepancies and an inquiry, with many top male presenters agreeing to take a pay cut. It seems that nobody was fully aware of the pay gap until the BBC was forced to make the numbers public.
I think what this report will hopefully show is whether or not there has been actually systemic discrimination, which is illegal.
Number 8. H's identity. Line of duty.
5-2, acquire information
on prison transport and capture location as a matter of extreme urgency.
We need air ops and armed support, over.
Nearly a decade in the making, in 2021 we finally got the answer to one of television's biggest mysteries, the identity of H. Weren't happy with the reveal of the bent copper at the top of the ladder, and actually went after creator and showrunner Jed Mercurio to air their grievances.
This is the officer's signature on both reports, 2003 and 2019.
Come off it, no way.
This can't be right.
Are you sure, Chloe?
Whether you liked the twist at the end or not, it couldn't be denied that there was a potent backlash. Viewers wanted a proper big bad who'd been pulling the strings all along, rather than somebody so incompetent. He was so incompetent, in fact, that it was a spelling error that finally gave him away.
Look at the spelling of definitely. This is the fourth man.
Number 7. Charles Ingram. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Former Army Major Charles Ingram appeared on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire in 2001, causing a cheating scandal unheard of in British television, either before or since.
Hey, that doesn't help me at all, actually, but
You done it to play this, you got £16,000.
Ingram's wife Diana and his brother-in-law Adrian hatched a scheme to pass Ingram the correct answers. She would cough when Chris Tennant read out the right answer from the list, which was deemed suspicious by the production team.
I have no idea how you did it!
I don't know.
Unbelievable!
Ingram won the jackpot, but filming closed down and the episode never aired. Investigations and a long trial found him and his wife guilty of fraud, and the whole saga was later dramatised by ITV.
And Charles?
Yeah.
I'm afraid you were last.
Oh, well, it's just nice to be here.
Yeah, only rehearsal.
Number 6. Southern Television broadcast interruption. There have been a handful of infamous TV hijacks over the years, chief among them the Max Headroom hijack that happened in the US in 1987. But 10 years earlier, and the UK had its own hijacking incident, the Southern Television broadcast interruption. The hijack lasted for 6 minutes and featured a male voice declaring itself to be an alien. The alien, which had a southern English accent, incidentally said it was in charge of Galactic Command and had come to Earth to ask us to give up our weapons of mass destruction. Eerily though, the broadcast was definitely a hoax. The culprit was never caught, and there are some who believe the signal intrusion was a genuine alien.
There are many false prophets and guides that present operating on your world.
Number 5. Section 28 protesters. In 1988, Thatcher's government passed a harmful piece of legislation called Section 28, which banned the promotion of homosexuality by local authorities and in schools.
Simply by walking down the street, if somebody identified you as lesbian or gay, you could get abuse and you could be violently attacked.
It effectively criminalised any attempts to provide sex education to LGBT youth for 17 years, and was particularly damaging because of its introduction during the AIDS epidemic.
It's my overriding concern is with the promotion of positive images of homosexuality in schools from primary school right through, and that is what is causing many parents real concern and offence.
Understandably, plenty of people took issue with the law at the time, including one group of lesbians who stormed the BBC News studio live on air in '88 to make their grievances heard.
House of Lords, a vote is taking place now on a challenge to the poll tax. Tory rebels have said
protesting about rights for lesbian and gay people.
One of them handcuffed herself to a camera, and they were eventually arrested. But history has shown that the protesters were right. Number 4. Down syndrome baby. Emmerdale. It wasn't the first contentious soap storyline, and it likely won't be the last, but in 2020, Emmerdale broadcast a widely criticised plot about Laurel and Jay.
There's a higher than normal probability that baby may have a type of chromosomal syndrome.
Down syndrome.
Laurel falls pregnant, but screenings reveal that the baby has Down syndrome, which led to the couple ending the pregnancy. This was despite Laurel being talked to by other characters on the show about their son Leo, who also has Down syndrome.
It is a plotline that has dismayed Emma Fish, an Emmerdale viewer, and her family. Her daughter Scarlett is 6, and, says Emma, she leads a full and rewarding life.
ITV defended its decision to run the storyline despite protests from disability groups, people with Down syndrome and parents of people with Down syndrome, who all accused the network of encouraging harmful attitudes about the condition.
I think there's a time and a place for statements like this, and I don't think soaps are the right way to do it.
Number 3. ITV evacuated.
Looking into people's heads, we have a fascination for this sort of thing, true crime. Why is that?
In March 2022, ITV mysteriously disappeared from air for a while. It turned out that a bomb threat had actually been made against Lorraine Kelly, as there was a suspicious package delivered to the studio addressed to her. The studio was evacuated along with the nearest tube stations. It's still not clear exactly what happened, but the police did say that the package was investigated and eventually deemed not suspicious.
Find a weapon in the house, and some of the stuff people uncovered.
Yeah,
it was
slightly worrying.
Yeah,
it was slightly concerning.
Regardless, ITV going off air because someone may have made a threat on the life of the universally beloved presenter Lorraine Kelly is shocking. Thankfully, nobody was hurt, not in the least Lorraine herself.
Good, but I'm glad it's back.
Yeah.
It's a public service, actually.
Well, you know, I never truly thought that was the case.
Number 2, premium rate phone-in scandal.
Not got a nasty bone in his body. Hello?
Sorry, there is a fault.
Please try again.
Back in 2007, Ofcom began investigating various British broadcasters when it became clear that their phone-in competitions weren't being run fairly.
But now broadcasters are getting a taste of their own medicine, accused of rip-offs, rigged competitions and a massive breach of trust with viewers.
Every major network was involved in the controversy and had been for years, with some channels even pre-recording competitions and tricking people into paying a premium to phone in with absolutely no way to win.
We were looking for a tuna. Oh, nice. Tuna.
Hang on. Tuna? Where's the U in that grid?
Channel 4 was also found to have completely ignored the results of the public vote in Big Brother. The repercussions were far-reaching, with broadcasters hit with landmark fines. ITV was ordered to pay out £70 million for its part. It led to 5 years of reforms in British TV to ensure competitions were run properly in future.
But generally, the attitude was that the public who were phoning in were stupid. If people are silly enough to enter these games, then they deserve to lose their money.
Number 1. Jeremy Kyle. In 2019, what was one of the biggest daytime shows in the UK, The Jeremy Kyle Show, was cancelled following an unprecedented tragedy.
But now ITV's Jeremy Kyle Show is facing its own crisis after news that one guest had been found dead a week after appearing on the show in an episode that won't ever air.
Steve Diamond had appeared on the show as a guest, aiming to prove his faithfulness to his fiancée, but he failed the lie detector test, and in the aftermath he sadly took his own life. An inquiry was launched into the show, which was accused of exploiting the vulnerable on a massive scale, and it came to light that this had happened before to numerous other guests and a producer.
They're picking on a certain level and a type of class of people to get them onto the show, to actually expose them and make it a giggle.
ITV cancelled the show as a result, and Kyle's brash presenting style was suggested as a potential contributing factor to the death, along with manipulation from producers behind the scenes.
Might be someone who is exposed in some awful way and made to be a laughingstock or open for public mockery, and being totally unprepared to deal with and cope with that.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.